Hi friends, welcome back to Easy Learning English podcast. Have you ever listened to English and thought to yourself, I can understand a little bit, but the words just disappear before I can catch them? If that sounds familiar, don't worry. You are not alone. Many English learners have the same problem. But here's the good news. There is one very simple but powerful method that can help you improve not only your listening, but also your writing, vocabulary, grammar, and even speaking. That method is called dictation, or in other words, listening and writing down exactly what you hear. What is dictation? Dictation is an old learning technique, but it is still very powerful today. The idea is simple. You listen carefully to an audio recording, a dialogue, or maybe even a short story, and you write down exactly what you hear. After that, you compare your writing with the original text and correct your mistakes. At first glance, dictation may look easy, but when you try it, you quickly realize how much attention and concentration it requires. Unlike passive listening, dictation is active listening. You don't just let the sounds flow past your ears. You pay close attention to every single word, every sound, and even the way the words connect to each other. Why is dictation effective? Now, you might ask, why should I spend time writing down what I hear? The answer is that dictation makes you focus on details you usually miss. When we listen without writing, our brain often guesses the general meaning, but ignores small things like prepositions, verb endings, or linking sounds. But when you do dictation, you cannot skip those details. You need to catch them all. Dictation is effective for three main reasons. First, it improves accuracy in listening. You begin to recognize how English is really spoken, not just how it looks in textbooks. You discover that going to often sounds like gonna, or that want to often sounds like wanna. Second, dictation gives you immediate feedback. Every mistake you make tells you something. Maybe it was a word you didn't know, maybe it was a grammar form you forgot, or maybe it was a sound you couldn't recognize. These mistakes become your personal learning material. Third, dictation connects multiple skills. While you listen and write, you are also practicing spelling and grammar. When you later shadow the audio, repeating it out loud, you add pronunciation and intonation practice. So with one exercise, you are improving almost all areas of English at the same time. How to practice dictation. So, how can you actually do dictation in a simple and effective way? Let me guide you through the steps. Step 1, listen once for the main idea. Play the audio without writing anything. Just try to understand what the topic is and get the general context. Step 2, listen again and write. This time, play the recording in short parts, maybe one sentence or one small chunk. Write down everything you hear. Don't worry if you cannot catch 100%. Write as much as possible. Step 3, check with the transcript. After you finish, compare your text with the original transcript. Highlight the words or phrases you missed. Step 4, correct and learn. Rewrite the sentence correctly. Ask yourself, why did I miss this part? Was it a new word? Was the pronunciation different from what I expected? Step 5, repeat and shadow. Finally, play the recording again and read along with the transcript. Try to copy the speaker's rhythm, pronunciation, and intonation. This step is very important because it changes passive listening into active speaking practice. If you follow these steps, you will not only improve your listening, but also build stronger pronunciation and speaking confidence. Who should use dictation? The beauty of dictation is that it works for learners at almost every level. From A1 beginners all the way to B2 upper intermediate learners, everyone can benefit. If you are A1, you can start very small. Maybe just a few sentences with slow audio. Even catching 1 or 2 words is already progress. At a 2 level, you can handle simple dialogues or stories for learners. Dictation will help you connect vocabulary you know with real pronunciation. At B1 level, you can use podcasts or short interviews. You will train yourself to notice details and avoid skipping over small words. At B2 level, you are ready for real challenges: TED Talks, YouTube videos, radio programs. Dictation at this level will push you to notice subtle mistakes and polish your listening for exams or professional situations. So, whether you are just starting your English journey or are already at a higher level, dictation can be adapted to your needs. How much should you practice? Now comes the question of frequency. How often should I do dictation? The answer is short but regular practice works best. You don't need to spend hours writing every day. In fact, that might be too tiring. Instead, try to spend just 10 to 15 minutes per day, or at least 3 to 4 times per week. That's enough to see progress. Choose short recordings. 1 or 2 minutes is perfect. Remember, the goal is not to write long essays, but to train your ears and brain. Over time, these small, consistent sessions will bring huge results. So let's recap. Dictation is a simple method where you listen and write what you hear. It's effective because it trains your ears to focus on details, it gives you instant feedback, and it combines listening, writing, grammar, and speaking practice. You can start from A1 and continue all the way to B2, adjusting the difficulty as you grow. And you only need 10 to 15 minutes a day to make real progress. If you want to improve your English step by step, dictation is one of the most powerful tools you can use. So why not give it a try today? Pick a short audio clip, take out your notebook, and start writing. Then check, correct, and shadow until you feel confident. Are you ready to challenge yourself with dictation and see how much your English improves in just a few weeks? If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the podcast. That way, you'll never miss future tips and methods to make your English learning easier and more effective. Thank you for listening, and happy learning.